Not quite famous, not quite famous, not quite famous.
We're almost there.
Not quite famous.
We're almost there.
Not quite famous.
But we're not quite famous.
Hello, and welcome to episode number 9 of the Not Quite Famous podcast. I'm Greg Azorian, your host, as always. Wow. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. I did. I had a pretty great one. I had a lot of stuff to be thankful for this year, which is generally not my style, which is kind of nice. I'm thankful for this episode. I recorded this one a while back. Finally, were able to get it out to you guys. This time I sat down with a very good dear friend of mine, hilarious comedian, Kabir Singh. Yeah, hilarious guy. I've known Kabir for a long time. We started out together in San Francisco. He is on fire right now. He is one of the hottest rising comics I know, and it's insane. He's truly an artist. He performed all over the planet. He tours all over the U.S. Yeah, he just did a big tour in Europe and India. A ton of sold out shows in India, which is crazy. Kabir is really building up a lot of steam in the U.S. He just earlier this year was featured on the STARZ Network. They showed his stand-up on there, and he was just on Stand Up Revolution on Comedy Central. Yeah, he's hilarious. Those spots were amazing. He's one of the hardest working comics I know. We started out together touring all over Northern California early on in our career. Also, Kabir just took down the 2014 San Francisco International Comedy Competition. He faced off against comics from all over the world, and he proved that he was the funniest one. It was a great competition. I was one of the judges for the competition, because apparently somebody thought that I had big enough balls to judge other comedians, I guess. And Kabir destroyed. He deserved to take it down. He is one of the funniest comics I know, one of the hardest working comics I know, and you guys should definitely check him out if you get the chance. I hope you guys enjoy the conversation. Yeah, this week was Thanksgiving. It was crazy. This was my first Thanksgiving with my currently completed Azorian family, with my wife and the 2 kids, and yeah, it was nuts. My mother was not with us. She's still alive. That sounded like she was dead. She's not dead. She's still alive. She went to El Salvador at the beginning of November. So she has been in El Salvador up until yesterday. She just got back, and it's what she does every other year. So she'll go down there, spend about a month in El Salvador, not speak English for a month, and then she'll come back. And her English will be worse than ever. It's kind of hilarious. Especially listening to her and my wife talk to each other. It's pretty great. My mother was not with us for Thanksgiving, so my wife, who is an amazing cook, cooked all of Thanksgiving dinner. I helped her, I prepped some stuff, but who am I bullshitting? She cooked the meal. She did an amazing job. It was a surprisingly not ethnic Thanksgiving, for lack of a better term. My mom likes to do a lot of Salvadorian side dishes and things like that. You know, it was the turkey, the mashed potatoes. That stuff is all standard. But a lot of traditional Americana kind of food this Thanksgiving, which was interesting. That was something I experienced when I would go eat at my friends' houses when I was younger. It was nothing that was... I grew up with my Armenian grandparents living there my whole life. My mother's from El Salvador. It's, we didn't really have the traditional... Americana foods when I was growing up. So it was really interesting to have a Thanksgiving where all those kind of traditional things are prepared. It was great. It was a great meal. There were only 5 of us, and my wife got a 20-pound turkey, which was insane. And it didn't last. 2 days of leftovers, and then they're all gone. I made some pretty epic turkey sandwiches this year after Thanksgiving so far. And what's funny is my wife, knowing me and knowing what I love, or plotting to kill me, depending on how you want to look at it, made a bacon-wrapped turkey. Yeah, that happened. That's a thing. It was a turkey oven roasted, but strips of bacon layered across the top of it. So all this bacon flavor notes just getting into the turkey. It was so good. It was amazing. It was one of the best turkeys I've ever had. It was a really great Thanksgiving. I was there. I had my 4-year-old Ty, the now 3-month-old Oliver. Stacy was with us. My brother Daniel was with us. I love my brother Daniel. I don't talk about him as much on here as I should. I love hanging out with my brother. My brother's hilarious. He is funnier than I will ever be. I say that to everybody who I meet who asks me about him. He is infinitely funnier than I will ever be, and has no desire to be in front of people, which is an absolute waste and an absolute tragedy. But he is just, nobody can make me laugh the way he does. So just being with him and my dad, all of us together, is always great. It always makes you feel good. I'm just really glad the Thanksgiving went surprisingly smoothly. There was no chaos, no kitchen fires, nothing like that. Probably because my wife has her shit together in the kitchen and knows what she's doing. My wife isn't. I'm a decent cook. I know how food works. Is a good way to describe it. My wife is a proficient cook. Really good. And she's used to cooking these epic Thanksgiving meals for like 20 people. And it was just 5 of us. So there was a lot of leftovers. There's still a gigantic bowl of mashed potatoes in my fridge. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I feel like there's so much of it left that I'm tempted to make a sculpture like in Close Encounters. Just make a sculpture of like the Punchline Comedy Club, just at a turntable. Let everyone freak out at me. Oh man, it's funny. My mother just got back from El Salvador, and so she's been speaking nothing but Spanish for the last month. And every time she does that, it sounds like she's essentially forgotten how English works, which is always really entertaining to experience. But I was going to say my wife, that was Freudian. My mother, she always brings back a bunch of souvenirs, and they're generally hilarious and awesome, and rarely something you actually needed to have. My mom bought me sunglasses because she knows I'm always breaking sunglasses all the time. That's why I don't really spend a lot of money on them anymore, because I know I lose them, I know I break them all the time. Leave them in airports, leave them in comedy clubs when I'm on the road, hotel rooms, all that stuff. My mom bought me a pair of sunglasses that she thought were a really like high-end pair off a street vendor in El Salvador. This is some of the best knockoff shades I've ever seen in my life. They're hilarious. They're Ray-Ban knockoffs, using the same font, same logo and everything. However, I now have a brand new pair of, I'm sure, incredibly well-made Roy Boy sunglasses. If you guys follow me on Twitter, or I'll tweet a picture of the Roy Boy sunglasses and their knockoff label that's on them. I will tweet that on the Twitter page for this, and on Facebook, so you guys can see it. It's great. It cracks me up to no end. I love knockoff shit. I really do. Like, whenever I see like fake Rolexes being sold on the streets in San Francisco and stuff like that, or little bodegas in the Mission, if they're not overtly overpriced, I'll buy one just for the hell of it, just for the entertainment value. I love doing it. Knockoff stuff like that always entertains me. Especially these ones are so blatant. Like, they just completely ripped off the font, ripped off the way it's printed. Like, I've owned Ray-Bans before, so I know what they look like, and these are really, as far as the photoshopping goes for how the logo works, these are pretty well done. To the point where I'm impressed. Well played, Roy Boy. Well played. You guys enjoy the interview with Kabir Singh. I'm sure I'm going to wear these sunglasses out in the sun tomorrow, and the lenses will be so cheap that they'll probably just magnify the sunlight and burn my cheeks. I'll let you guys know if that happens. Enjoy the interview. Cool. Let's just jump right in, man. We're recording. Kabisi was late in classic Kabisi style.
12 minutes late, man. A lot of traffic. I got my driver, Jeff, over here, who drives me everywhere.
Yep.
Who is actually one of the worst drivers of all time. He thinks he's in a rocket ship. We overtook, 11 cars, 12 miles of the speed limit consistently.
Yep.
It was, ridiculous. Actually, he has a record. I was doing we were doing shows in Reno like 2 months ago. How long was that trip? Reno to Fremont in 3.5 hours? Was that a record breaking? Dude, he was driving like a fucking Batmobile down the most scariest shit I've ever seen in my life. He did not give a shit. And we had beer cans in the car, so we're drinking beers. And I'm like, what if we get pulled over? He's like, we'll just tell the cops that we're recycling. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that we're not recycling 4 cans of beers, you idiot.
You only fall for that once if you're a cop. Somebody's probably already done it.
Yeah, I'm guarantee you. They're like, really?
Driving through the mountains of Reno. We're on the way to a recycling center, sir.
Yeah, exactly. That sounds like that's not happening. Well, what are you going to do? Podcast, man. How's the podcast going?
It's good. This is going to be the 4th one is going out next week, so it's like I just started doing these. I've got a bunch of them in the can already, but like I've just started releasing them now.
Good.
Yeah, I'm glad I was able to catch you while you're in town. Not a lot of comics I consider actual friends of mine.
Yeah.
And you're one of them.
That's right, Greg. We'll be boys forever.
We will.
So we pretty much started, like I was just mentioning, like I remember opening for you in your CD recording at the Deluxe.
Yeah, the Club Deluxe. That was a great show, and it's kind of like doesn't really exist anymore. Like,
it doesn't at all?
Once a month, I think, or something like
that. Someone needs to bring that up. Right when Al left, it kind of fell off.
Yeah.
Al did a great job with that room, man. You forget you don't really realize how good someone does with the room until they leave, and then you see the room in the aftermath.
Yeah. What sucks is it's such a great venue. It's like beautiful. Like me and you have both headlined it a bunch of times, I think. And
it's so great.
Yeah, it's this great. It was a jazz club in the 60s in the middle of the Haight-Ashbury in San Francisco, and it's just like perfect, like tiny little stage, all like dark wood paneling walls. It's like a little time capsule. It was great.
I loved it.
Yeah, it was a great place, and with that, and I think me and you we met here, didn't we? So we're at Tommy T's right now. We're in the green room. For all of you listening,
where did we meet? I don't remember us actually. I don't remember where we met. I think it was somewhere.
A lot of booze back then.
A lot of booze now.
Yeah,
I just don't remember. I don't remember exactly where we met, but we did meet early.
Yeah, and that was back in the Kabisi days.
That's right. When I first started, there was only 4 or 5 comics that I really actually did shows with and hung out with. It was like you, Dad Wilson, like Pete Munoz, Justin McClure, Big Al. That's exactly, and of course Sammy. But you know, those were the 5 comics that I met outside of Sammy.
Yeah,
early.
me and you were all over the place for a while. We were doing stuff like all over California together.
We were doing a lot of shit. It was a lot of fun.
And now you're on to your first Comedy Central appearance.
That's right.
Like that. And I'm still Tommy T's. So.
Hey, well, Tommy T's. We're both at Tommy T's right now. Nice little Wednesday.
Yeah, but you're headlining the weekend.
There's 19 people here right now. But luckily, this isn't part of the weekend, yeah.
So, yeah, I've got to head out of here after we record this thing. And then at 9 o'clock, I've got my free show.
Nice.
Yeah, in the Says. Yeah, because my career is on fire, as I like to say.
I enjoy that place. That's a fun place to go. E!
What's up, fuckers?
How's it going?
Right.
You want to come hang out?
My bad. What are you guys doing?
We're just talking. We're doing a Greg's podcast.
Yeah.
Man, do I gotta stay for the whole podcast?
No.
Can I kick it for a bit?
You may kick it for a bit. I don't know where the fucking... Go grab one of those.
Yes, sir.
Go grab the one with the spider on it.
I love how informal this is. This is the Tommy T's of podcasts.
This is the green room cast. The green cast.
This green room never made any sense to
I love how Ellis... Oh, yeah. I love how Ellis walked in the green room thinking there'd be green room shit in here, and there's nothing here.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Well, there's 2 half-empty bottles of water, a shitload of straws, and stuff to make coffee with no coffee.
I thought it'd be nice if those things were filled with candy, but
that's the least.
What are you drinking?
First of all, give it up for Tommy T's for expanding the green room, though. This is way bigger.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
It used to be a closet.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Yeah.
times I've had.
Now it's like a walk-in closet.
Now it's like a walk-in closet.
Yeah. I love all the weird like stuff on the walls though. Like you've got all the Rat Pack stuff for no reason.
Nothing to do with comedy.
Yeah, and like I've never felt like Sinatra in this club.
Yeah, no.
I know that for a fact. That's
There's many Sinatra like stuff here, but there's certainly not a lot of comedy stuff.
Yeah, like the stuff for The Godfather, The Casino.
Great movies. Makes no sense.
Yeah. Yeah, they want to remind you what good entertainment feels like
Yeah.
when you go on stage.
See, this is not you. More stuff that doesn't have anything to do with the show tonight.
Yeah.
And the smallest TV in the universe right there.
Yeah, well, I don't even. That's a jet. They stole that from the back seat of a JetBlue airline.
Most comedy clubs just show you pictures of other comedians you're never going to work with.
Yeah.
At times they show you actors too.
That have died.
Yeah.
That we'll never be able to even meet. That's
You guys
great,
have
man.
Really low self-esteem.
Well, we might meet. Well, it's going to be tough to meet Sammy Davis Jr.
I think we're
Ellis.
all going to meet Sammy one day.
I don't think
we're all going to meet Sammy.
I don't think it's a self-esteem question. None of these guys are alive anymore. A couple of these guys are alive. You can run into the.
Yeah, you can say that about the headshots on the walls downstairs, though, too. Like,
Yeah.
John Fox, that one's still. Is that one still, like,
John Fox. Too soon, Greg.
Too soon?
John Fox.
I knew him well enough personally.
Someone took Mickey Joseph's. This is what I don't like is someone took Mickey Joseph's
So you got
picture
this
up.
from the bar. You got these.
That's not nice.
He's still on the drinks. Like,
Oh yeah. Just go down. Order. You know what? Order yourself some shots, man. Put it on your tab. But no, I'll tell you, dude. What was I saying? Yeah. So Mickey Joseph's picture I can't find anymore, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Once you get a picture up here, it should stay up here.
Yeah. John Fox's ashes are here.
Yeah, his ashes are here, but they took Mickey Joseph, who's one of the funniest comedians of our fucking generation. His picture didn't make the cut. They replaced him with Bruce
Fucking Gallagher.
or some shit.
The skeletal remains of Gallagher are still on display in the front.
That's right.
Yeah.
When you die, where do you want to be buried?
Oh, I don't know. I wanna say like an ashtray, like my ashes to be put in an ashtray for cigar smoke in front of Catch a Rising Star in Reno. I think that would be.
That's not a bad place.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's going to be able to visit because no one goes there. But
Sometimes.
I want to go.
Reno.
I want to be somewhere super obscure that makes no sense, like outside like a random Dairy Queen in Bakersfield. Like, what connection did he have with this Dairy Queen? So, you just ask the guy, like, why is Kabizi's ashes here? He's like, we don't know. He doesn't even like ice cream. It makes no sense.
I just want an unsuspecting crowd at the punchline to be told that I've been sprinkled into the...
Exactly. And not
After they eat it?
Yeah.
And not even the good punchline. I want to be outside the Atlanta punchline, I don't want the SF punchline. I want to be at the punchline in like some obscure bar in Iowa that they call the punchline
That
on
is a
Thursdays.
club nobody ever talks about Atlanta. Nobody ever goes like, yeah, I want to do a weekend of the punchline. No, there was
Well, no,
Skull is
you
the club you want to
you
do.
hang out with black comics. I talk about the punchline in Atlanta.
Yeah, I've never worked with a ton of like African American comics. Like
You could say black, Greg. Don't worry about it.
Can I say black? I'm Armenian Hispanic.
Jeff says the N word all the time. It makes he's fine.
You know
Yeah.
how I roll.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, so now let's get back to you because that's what this is about. This is about because everything is always about Kabizi whenever I hang out with him. So let's just make it back about you.
let's do this.
All right. So when did you start?
2008 Valentine's Day. First set I ever did was at Mission Pizza. Sammy Obeid was running a room in Fremont where I live. That was the first time I ever did stand-up right there. It was a lot of fun. I was at a bar. Sammy came up to me. He's like, we went to high school together. He's like, you should really do stand-up. You're really funny. I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then I did it. And then later on, I found out that I was just a mega bringer. And he only booked me on that show because I would bring half of Fremont with me, which I did. I did like 30 minutes first night. It was fantastic, man. It was a lot of fun. So that's kind of where it all started.
But how was the pizza?
I listen, everyone loves Mission Pizza. I'm going to get yelled at for this. I just do not like Mission Pizza, man. I mean, Jeff, you're from Fremont. How much do you like Mission Pizza? Yeah, it tastes like cardboard to me. No offense.
You know, it's like, I did one set there, like, years and years ago. And it was like, I don't even remember who it was that did this, but somebody there, like some Fremont comic just pissed me off and I didn't come back anymore. And it was like some asshole.
Fremont?
Yeah.
Maybe it's Jeremy Curry.
No, it wasn't Jeremy Curry. He does, but he's like an annoying cat that he stays away from me and doesn't piss me off, but I can see him fucking me from the distance with his claws out.
Plus, I think this was 5 years before Jeremy Curry even knew what stand-up was.
Yeah, because me and Kabizi are fucking ancient. We've been doing this shit way too long. But, God, who was it? They accused me of being a joke thief, and, like, I almost got in a fist fight with them.
Could not be a comic, but there's only 2 comics for
It's
Fremont.
no one I've seen in years.
I don't remember.
He was like a big dude, fucking scruffy as shit, bald.
Who's a comedian?
Yeah. It was
I have no clue.
in quotation marks, I'm going to say that, but. Yeah, like, and that was the only time I ever did a set there, because the guy pissed me off so much. I was like, fuck this place. Fucking
All right, I can see that.
Yeah, no. So you started doing the Mission Pizza thing. When did you start hanging out at, like, clubs and stuff like that?
Well, Sammy was already about a year into it, so I started hanging out with him. So I think one of the first clubs I went to, I think Tommy T's was definitely the home club, still the home club. So I think Tommy T's was one of the first clubs I started doing stand-up at. Then I started, I did the Rooster Teeth Feathers comedy competition about 9 months into stand-up. When I won that was the first club that actually booked me for weekends. So I think it went in that order of Tommy T's, Roosters, with the improv sprinkled in. First open mic, actually, maybe I got that order wrong because I did do improv. I just started hitting up the clubs immediately. So it was like the improv open mic when they had the open mic, Roosters, New Talent Nights, the competition. Then I slowly started waiting at the punchline and stuff like that.
That competition at Roosters was always rough. Like, I only did it, like, one time, and I hate competition so much. Like, you just fucking rocked the SF competition.
That's right.
Ago.
SF International, man. That was a lot of fun.
Took it down. Man. That was a lot of fun. I kind of enjoy the competitions because you're good. And
yeah, well,
Win them all.
Yeah. Well, it's fun to compare yourself to other comics, and then you can figure out what shows you could elevate yourself to. Because listen, SF International comic, that was a whole different level. I mean, no disrespect to Roosters, but it's still new talent. So I was 9 months into that, and I was going up against comics that were kind of in the same boat. But SF International, I was 6 years in now, and then I was going up against vets, dude, 15-year vets that were. There was one guy from Canada, Lars, who was like one of the biggest comics in Canada.
Yeah, he was hilarious.
I mean, that guy's a nut. And then you got John from New York, who's a killer. Kirk Wiseman from San Francisco, who I used to watch hanging out at the Punchline. All those guys are really funny. But I do enjoy competition. That competition was the most fun competition. The most fun 2 weeks of comedy I've ever had, believe it or not.
The last competition I ever did was the one at the Improv that Chris Tinkle produced. And then I think you were the one who knocked me out of it, actually.
Chris Tinkle won?
Like you or Joey Bragg.
That was the one I won.
Yeah.
That was when I came in first and Joey came in second and someone came in third.
Yes, you beat a 14-year-old child.
I beat him barely. And some may say I didn't beat him, including myself. I think he probably had the better set. I went up second. He went up sixth. Crushed it. I was worried. Pretty sure it was a complete tie, and I think the improv was like, we can't give it to a fucking 15-year-old. We'll give it to Kabir. So that might have been a slightly tainted. Roosters was tainted too because Gail Jones probably had a better set than me in the finals as well. But that competition was fun. That was Chris Tinkle's one. And
it was random like MMA fighters like were judges and like
and I'm trying to get Human to do another San Jose improv comedy competition as well, but he seems to be kind of hesitant, mainly because there's other people with their hands in booking, and I don't know if they think that the San Jose improv comedy competition is valid for taking that many dates up in a month. Because now they have these regular shows at the improv. People have their regular, Wednesdays every month. They got to boot a bunch of people. But we're working on it. I've been bugging them. I guarantee you we'll have one in 2015, though. I've been fucking pressuring the shit out of them.
I have no idea how that place works anymore since Hollister left.
It just works a little differently. It's not a concentration camp anymore. It's a JC, man, Hollister. That guy, one of my favorite people of all time. Yeah. But it works the same, man. Human's the guy that's running it now. But he gave me his verbal commitment that it was going to do another San Jose improv comedy competition. I told him I'd do all the work and take care of it, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I don't know. I could see myself getting lured into doing something like that, like a cool venue. I'm like, it's just I'm not a bringer anymore. Like right. I have people that come to see my stand up, but nobody I know personally gives a shit I do this. People
but come out to these competitions mean more to comedians than you think. You always remember those competitions. Like the first comedy competition, I think I did the improv before I did Roosters, and that was the year that I want to say Sammy won it. Then it was Hassan and Ellis Rodriguez. And I always remember that competition because I made the finals, and that was super motivating to see.
Why are you saying Ellis Rodriguez? I never won anything.
Well, you came in second. Or did you come in third?
I've come in second at most of these counts.
Yeah, no, I think... I don't remember.
I come in second a lot.
Yeah. Well, that one he came in third.
Because people are
Because I remember Hassan came in second.
He doesn't need to win.
But you know, those competitions, it's cool to keep having them at the Improv, right? Because when young comics like us, that was motivating for us. That was fun to do.
Great venue.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful, like, old.
When I have wet dreams at night, it's because I'm imagining having
Not only that,
stage. It is beautiful.
When that place is packed,
The crowd.
everything's a home run.
And it feels like they're on you. It's so many more people than most spaces, and it feels like the Coliseum, like they're sitting like on your face.
Oh, those guys in the upper deck are basically row 10 on the front row because it comes out like a fucking falcon.
Yeah.
But yeah, the improv. But see, those competition motivates younger comics to step their game up, which is why I think these competitions are a great idea. I mean, for us, I mean, we wouldn't want to do it, obviously, but you have to understand. I mean, when you came in third that competition, I mean, did it not? It was cool, right? You got your first weekend at the Improv. It was a cool thing to do. You busted the doors open in that place, right? And that's a place.
I still book at that place.
Yeah, he still works there to this day.
I've been booked since Hollister left.
We'll fix that. We'll
I
fix
gotta
that.
figure that out. Yeah.
But so that competition though, it did motivate. Like that motivated me. Man, I cried that night in the parking lot when I didn't come in top 3. I did. And then I'll tell you, because I really wanted to come in top 3, and then that motivated me. Next year, you know, when I did it, I took it a lot seriously.
Yeah, because at every other show, you're supposed to be doing your job. You're supposed to be doing your fucking job. At the open mic, you have no idea what somebody's doing. You were the funniest guy at the open mic. Who gives a shit? At the competition, some guys care more than other guys. Blah 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 blah. It's a packed fucking house, and everybody's putting their best shit up.
Yeah, it's
Even
crazy.
if you try to act like you don't fucking care, you're putting up your best shit. And so you know, on that fucking night at that competition, your best against everybody else.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's necessary.
But you know what it is? It's so necessary, dude.
Once in a while, you gotta
compare.
You gotta go all out.
You know
I
what?
just hated the ones that were like audience voted. It's just like I got sick of losing to like newbies.
Yeah, but you have to understand those. Even those audience votes are very fair because they have to pick 3 comics, and they're always going to pick their friend. Now you have to be funny to everybody's other fan bases to get that second slot.
There's no such thing as some kind or judges or audience. The funniest comedian never wins.
That's why I've never won, though.
And then it was like, oh, it's politics until you win, and you were like, oh, it was the funniest.
Oh no, that's not true.
And then when you win, you're like the funniest. The truth is, like, the guy who wins thought he was the funniest, and somebody else did too, whether it was the audience or the judge or whatever. That's the day.
No, but I disagree with that. I think the funniest guy at the improv comedy competition.
That's because he just won.
I think Roosters.
Yeah, of course.
I think Roosters.
Yeah, but that's
when you win,
3 judges each night, right?
Yeah, and that's a totally different, legit. That's a whole different level.
That's what I'm
but
saying.
what I'm debating here is the crowd audience reacts.
Yeah,
like now, Ellis didn't bring anyone to the San Jose Improv, right? But the people that did bring people, first of all, Sammy didn't.
How many people?
Sammy came in first. He didn't. Huh?
How many people are in that competition?
Well, there's going to be 15 people in the. What was there like a ridiculous amount in the finals? Dude. There was like 12.
Okay, so the problem I see is like as an audience member, I won't remember someone's set.
Yeah, but here's the thing,
And
Jeff.
How the fuck do I know who's the funniest?
But how do you debate this? Okay, so you got this dude that brought 20 people. They got to vote for 3 comics,
Yeah,
so everyone
all
gets that
those
point.
20 people are gonna-
So that dude that brought 20, that dude that brought 20, and that dude that brought 20. You need to get the second and third little circles and all 3 of them. So the funniest comic will eventually win because you're going to get all 3 fan bases voting.
If he wasn't selling you his fucking competition so much, he would have listened to me better.
And I didn't even come.
It doesn't matter if it's judges or audience participation or whatever. The funniest comedian, your fucking opinion of who should have won is never what it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always going to be some kind of obscure kind of.
I definitely don't agree with that at all.
And I think in general, the best comic wins.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, everybody bitches when it's judges. Everybody bitches when it's audience.
I think judges is the way to go, to be honest.
Yeah, man. I mean, dude.
It's a combination.
If it's judges that have any right to judge other comedians, then I'm fine.
And SFI,
maybe the audience gets
it's got to be some
vote
kind of competition.
Like, that's why I like the improv one. That was the last one I did because it was all judges, and it was either
but
it was too good.
That's also one night when you're doing.
Sometimes they'd be like, well, that judge knows that guy, and blah blah blah.
Also, it's one night, so anyone could have gone up first or last and been fucked. Yeah. At least with the SFINT, you had to go up. There was 5 shows.
I agree with that. You can win from the first spot.
You absolutely can, but it's so much more better if you do 5 separate shows in front of 5 different crowds, with 3 different judges every night in front of 5 different crowds. That's how you judge the competition.
Because that's what I'm saying is it doesn't matter what the process is not going to be perfect.
Yeah.
But that's how they do.
But that is
improv. it sifts through.
But
there's so many rounds.
Unfortunately for the Improv and Roosters, there's only one finals that one night.
Yeah.
SF International, there was the final round with 5 fucking nights, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, Wednesday we're at Sax.
That's the best.
Yeah, that's the best.
It's like the more you can put into it.
But we're not debating SF International.
It's not just about like having one good set.
Exactly.
Consistency.
But we're not debating that. SF International is a different level. But what he was saying about improv is correct. The Improv and Roosters thing, when you do have one guy that brings a bunch of people, we get it. He's going to get the edge. But again, when you have 3 bringers that bring 20 people each, they have to pick 3 comics. Now, that one bringer that sucked, that got those 20 votes, they're not getting the other bringer's votes. That's when Ellis, that's when Hudson, and that's when Sammy slipped in and got all their votes. That's how they came in third. So, no, but that's how they come. I'm sorry, that's how you come in third and second. But that's how you do it. I don't remember who brought the most people in that competition. I think I brought the most people in that competition, and I didn't come in top 3.
You guys are right. I'm just bitter.
Yeah. You know what, dude?
I'm not bitter.
Yeah, but you know what, dude? You know what competitions are? They're just like auditions, man. I mean, it's the same thing. When you do an audition for Comedy Central, there's going to be 12 motherfuckers.
You know what?
You're not going to go up. You can't pick one.
And all the people that are going to book you when you first start doing are other comics.
Yeah.
And they all watched you fucking rip city. Those are like those handshakes that we met there basically.
Yeah.
Basically
At the Improv?
No.
Well, we met at the Improv.
Yeah.
The first time I met you was at the Improv. When you came, when that competition, when you came in, when you, Hudson, and Sammy came.
That's
in
when
top
we
3.
first met.
That was when we first met.
I'm doing this 10 years now. I still know you. You know what I'm saying? Like those are those relationships at those things. It's so fucking intense.
That's why I guess the whole point of the whole discussion that we started was that is why we need to have more. That's why the Improv needs to step up and do another comedy competition. I want them to do another one, man, because it was pivotal in our career. We met each other. You had a great time. That got you in the club. That got me in the club. That got a lot of comics in the club. The point is,
but they kind of have a competition with open mic.
They don't do shit, dude. They don't even have an open mic at the Improv anymore.
Well, they have one.
But I promise you one thing that I will make sure that there's a San Jose Improv comedy competition in 2015. I will put it on myself. So that will happen.
You're such a fucking politician.
I guarantee it.
I love the San Jose Improv, and I want to support anything they want to do.
Yeah, and then we'll have past winners, past guys come and host and headline. People like the guys that have done it. There's only been 3. There's only been 3 improv comedy competition. Mo Mandel won, Sammy won one, and I won one. That's it. There's only been 3, and it was in chronological order. And after I won one, there was nothing for 4 years.
Because who's gonna follow you, baby? I mean,
well, the competition's over.
You destroyed it. You fucking broke it.
But why wasn't there one?
No one will ever be funnier than
you. Know what it is? Chris Tinkle left, and then he didn't. That's the one that Chris Tinkle put on.
Because it was his baby. He did all the work for it. That's why.
Yeah, and I'm prepared to do the same fucking work, and we could all do it together. We could all work together and make sure it happens.
All right, you guys have it on record.
Who's going to do the most?
To put on this competition?
Well, we all know I'm going to end up doing the work.
Who's going to do the second most? Because I'll do the third.
Okay, well, I'll be Greg.
In the improv one, wouldn't most of the people there be locals? I mean, you don't get people from different.
No.
Oh, really?
No, they'll be generally locals.
Is it?
From Cali. Dude, SF International, we had a motherfucker from Calgary, New York. It's local as in Cali.
Like NorCal.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, but the improv one, you're going to get
There was a lot of Sacramento people, though.
Yeah, but that's still Cali, though.
Yeah, Northern California.
Northern Cali.
Get back down to this level.
Oh, do you mean local as in San Jose?
Oh, you're talking about from London?
Bay Area. Like, literally the Bay Area.
No,
well, I mean,
they'll be all Bay Area.
I don't know.
It'll be all the Bay. It'll be Stockton. It'll be cats from Stockton. That's fine.
Yeah, ain't no one coming from
Fresno.
To answer your question, no one's coming from Phoenix and LA.
I had 20 people there collectively, I think, to see me, and I made it to semifinals.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, a lot of people from San Jose bring, but it's not that big a deal. Like Kabir said, the funniest people do make it through those first couple rounds of the improv one.
Oh, there were nights where where the funniest guy, where the club had to push the guy that didn't get the votes. There was one round where Brandon Lynch didn't get all the votes, and he didn't even come in the top 3 of the votes. But they had a club choice,
and
they fucking shoved Brandon Lynch in, which is fine with me because
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like everybody's always been.
It all evens out. It evens out. And then in the finals, all the bringers already did their job, and none of those faggots, none of those guys come in the top 3. I mean,
have you ever?
But am I right though?
No. Have you been at the finals and been like
shocked? You can edit this, right?
Yeah.
Never.
At the improv competition, normally when I got there, I'm expecting to see you. I'm expecting to see Sammy.
Never.
I've never been
And what
there and been
happened-
like, where the fuck did this guy come from?
Yeah, but you know what? They
I've
had
been in other competitions where it's like 5 minutes and then some guy skates
well,
by
listen,
on a weird hat.
I'll say it again. They had bringers. They brought in the round 1, they brought round 2, and then they secured them to come in the finals to bring people. But none of those guys came in the top 3 because after the bringing was stopped, after the improv hit their mark, and it was packed for the finals, who came in top 3? Ellis, Hustle, and Sammy, the 3 best comics that night. You think Joey
Not in that
Bragg?
order.
You think Sammy, Hustle, and Ellis?
Should've been in that order, right?
And then when I did it, it was me, Joey Bragg, and I don't know who came in 3rd. I feel bad. I don't remember.
This is going to make you feel really bad. It was me.
No, not my year. You already came in 3rd.
I know.
Someone else came in 3rd that year, and I don't remember who it was.
My
Cool
pride
was
point
that?
from that competition.
I never even
is that I was
entered
the
it in
MMA
because I
guy's
never even
favorite
knew when
comic,
it was
apparently.
going on.
Well,
Really?
you
Yeah,
were.
it's great.
There has been no other competition. After you, there was one other competition. That's it.
Oh, that was the one.
No, you were in the second to last one.
Okay.
When I did.
After that, I started working there, and then I thought that was the point.
No,
And
you
they treat
already-
me fucking good.
Yeah,
there.
well-
and it is the best fucking place to be. Do you get better green like?
I don't want to comment on any of that shit. I love all the clubs in the Bay Area. But you're right, though. San Jose Improv is it's cool because
They're first class. I'm saying when I'm there.
yeah. Well, everyone, dude. You listen. It's not like Tommy T's, man. We fucking come in.
Oh
here.
yeah. We're talking Tommy T. When I'm at Tommy T's,
It's the shit, right?
I love it.
We
They
always
treat
get first
you
class.
like family. They treat me like family.
But we get first class everywhere we go, man.
Yeah.
Even Cobb's, when we do Cobb's at Christmas shit.
I get treated better when I'm with you. Let's be honest.
Well, everyone lightweight.
Solid. Yeah.
But,
Because I'm third.
Pepper Bellies is not bad either. What happened? Are they coming back, Pepper Bellies? I enjoy Pepper Bellies.
It's still just.
You know how cool Pepper Bellies
Building
is?
still just a husk.
Okay,
of birds.
so
Okay,
So
yeah,
a
move
week
on, sorry.
before that burned down, I did a show there,
Can I
and
talk to you?
I was so annoyed at this ghetto fucking crowd that I walk out there and I scream out loud, "I swear to God, I'm going to light this fucking place on fire!"
You did that to
and then
those
a week
people.
later, it burns down. And thankfully, I'm in Seattle. I'm on the road when this happens, so I have
Oh my
an alibi
God.
and shit. But people are.
I know, the guy that owned that club is one of my best fucking friends, man.
I get tweeted people who are just what the fuck did Greg Azorian do to fucking Pepper Ellis?
That's horrible. Well, and I don't know what this was about, but if it was about saying "fuck yeah" to the San Jose Improv, I approve that message.
No,
and if it's about getting a competition going at the San Jose,
And I want everyone's help in
I fucking
this.
approve that
because
message.
because
and if it's about
I'm
Kabir
down.
being the best, I approve that message.
because when we get this going on,
I'm Erod. I'm out.
is the show started?
There's a fucking show.
Who's on first?
I have no idea.
Could you text me and let me know what's
Who's on
happening?
second?
What's
You
up?
want to do it?
Who's on second?
Classic. It's a classic, bro. You didn't.
I don't know.
You didn't study the class.
First,
Come on.
Who's on
You're some
first?
kind of idiot, savant, genius. Funny guy.
Text me who's on
Make
first.
up the shit as
He
you
doesn't
go.
know shtick, dude. He doesn't
You
know
didn't
it.
study this at all?
He didn't
I
study
have
it.
a fucking
There's no
He
shtick
didn't
in this
study
act.
it.
Who's on first?
I guess Ellis is on first. That's what happens when
You
you.
don't know who's on first?
It's what happens when you come in third. But anyway, what we're talking about.
That's crazy.
Why would I know who's coming out first?
No. Who's on first?
Go find out. Go find out the lineup.
The whole spiel, dude. The whole who's on first. That's who's on first.
It's
Why?
Abbott Costello.
Yeah,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You don't know who that happened?
No, I watched Rugrats.
It wasn't Bollywood.
Okay.
So fucking. All
He's
right.
too young to know. It's fine.
Someone text me the lineup. And no shtick. I just wanted to know when.
Now that we got rid of everybody who wasn't supposed to be on the fucking podcast to begin with.
Shut the fucking door. That was fun.
That was fun. That's funny. When you get that many comedians that passionately yelling at swinging in one room.
That was great. You got a lot of competition heart. But yeah, man. I think competitions are great for comics. I think the new talent night at Roosters is great. Improv should bring that back up. An SF International Comedy Competition, when you're ready to go up against some fucking beasts in a proper scoring situation, then you should definitely do that.
Yeah,
too.
I did it. I did the SF competition 6 years ago, way too early.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I could have. Yeah,
now I want to try it. I'll probably do it next year.
absolutely.
Sure.
It's the 30th anniversary, man.
Yeah.
I would do it next year too, but they won't let me. I have to wait a year.
Yeah, but you're on to bigger and better things now. You got the TV spot coming out. You did the thing for STARZ too, right?
Yeah, STARZ released a while back. So this year's been great, man. Gabriel Iglesias' Stand on Revolution aired just a week ago, which was really cool. 2 weeks ago, actually.
Yeah, it was a great spot. I watched it. I made a point to watch it.
Well, thank you. I really enjoyed it. It was cool watching South Park and shit, watching commercials for that. And when you do get on something like that, it's not going to blow you up. It's not going to make you famous super fast, and people will probably forget about it in a couple months. Yeah. But what it does is it should internally motivate you that, wow, that was so cool. I got to see myself on TV. I got to brag about it for a while. Let's get this back on again. So that's basically what that does.
Yeah, but you're already working all over the country right now, anyway.
Yeah, things have been great, man.
Like the Kabir Singh is slowly becoming a brand. I mean, it was the brand in Northern California for a long time to begin with, but like now it's expanding. Like you're doing all the festivals and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's been blast, man. Yeah. It's been so much fun, and it's a lot. It's really fun, and it's cool because it's just your career is gonna go as far as you want it to go. It's just you gotta like grind it out. And you got to watch other comics and see what they're doing right.
Yeah. So like I'm always impressed by you on stage is that like not just you, for one, you're really high energy, which is I don't even take the mic off the stand. I'm such a lazy performer. But like is that so you're Indian and you go for the you talk about the ethnic stuff a lot, but you don't go for the hack.
No,
You really mine the good personal material out of it,
right?
And like. We all know tons and tons of Indian comics.
Yeah.
And not even just Indian comics, but Latino comics or Middle Eastern comics in general.
Yeah.
Who just go for the hack.
Right.
And like guys like you, like Samuel Obeid, who we were talking about before, who used to hang out with, who we all started out together.
Right.
Like, you guys both don't go for the hack material. You go for the really smart stuff.
Right.
And
Well, listen, it's the eye of the beholder when it comes to hack stuff. I mean, people think that they'll forget the joke, but immediately if you do the Indian accent, people automatically assume that's hacky. Yeah. But it just depends. But a lot of the jokes I do use the Indian accent, it shows it's experience that I've experienced. I mean, that's what happened. I mean, these are the shit that happened to me, and I'm just bringing it out to you. I mean, without the Indian accent, it'd probably still be as funny. But it makes more sense with the Indian accent. But again, I'd say out of an hour of my material, only 20 of it is probably, if I were to do an hour headlining set, I'd say 20 minutes of it is ethnic material at all. A lot of it is probably just a lot of relationship stuff and shit like that.
Well, fair enough. I mean, what's funny is that like you set this really interesting, and this is just my opinion, but you set this really interesting standard for smart ethnic humor about being Indian. And there's a lot of, I'm not going to name names or anything like that, but there's all these little there are a lot of little like male and female Kabisi clones.
Yeah.
In the Bay Area now, and like. It's just unoriginal stuff usually. Like I'm not impressed by it.
Well, at the end of the day, a lot of these comics are going to end up hitting a wall and they're going to fade out anyway. So it's probably better for people not to essentially worry about it. But you know what? There are some great Indian brown comics out there that are doing funny stuff too. It's very tough to be original, first of all. To be completely original, stand-up's been around for, decades. Yeah. So, even the black material, if you want to be a dick, look at with... Latinos will talk about generally the same stuff. Black people talk about generally the same stuff. But when I did it, like Indian stuff, automatically people just like, oh, that's Russell Peters. Yeah. But people don't understand is that the only reason why they're connecting the dots is because there's only one Russell Peters. People can't go up there and be all like, that black comic sounds like a combination of... you're going to name 8 other black comics. Yeah. Like, it sounds like Bruce and a little bit of this and a little bit of this and a little bit of Marlon Wayans. Especially with Latin comics. I mean, how many Latino comics are there? My God, it's ridiculous. But the point is, you can't let that worry you, because I have a certain point of view of the world, and I bring it out in a different way. And it's going to be funny and entertaining. And again, I don't care what comics watch my set and say, oh, wow, that was hilarious. That's groundbreaking. That's motivating. I don't give a shit about what comedians think of me. I care about the 400 people or the 300 people that I'm performing in front of, the people that paid their hard-earned money, that are forced to do a 2-drink minimum. I think that those are the people that you need to make laugh. Yeah. That's the whole point. That's how you're a professional comedian. You're not there to, do any of that other shit.
Yeah. What do you think was like one of the bigger moments, like that kind of like motivated you forward?
Just those early competitions. Like I said, man, I took competitions really seriously. I was 9 months in. I did Rooster. I saw my boy Sammy win Roosters. I went out and won Roosters. Then I saw my boy Sammy win the improv comedy competition. That was my next goal. Came in there and won the comedy competition. So those were every bar that Sammy was rising, you know, I had to meet. And
So
then
just
I was
bitterness towards your best friend.
not even bitterness. Not even. There's no bitterness between me. That guy. I've already told many people. I think he's the best comedian in America, and I'm comparing him to the Bill Burrs and Louis C.K. I'm not comparing it to us. I think he's one of the best comedians in America. So I was so lucky enough to watch this guy craft, and I could actually learn from that. I wasn't like, oh, Sammy's ripping it. This is bullshit. I'm like, how am I going to do that? And I found my own way to do it. We're not similar in any way. I mean, you've seen our sets. You do Sammy and 30. I mean, it's completely different.
I still have that KO CD.
Oh, it's a great CD. It's a great CD. But, you know, but to answer your question, it's really just about watching other people meet a goal, watching other people raise the bar, and then you meeting that bar repeatedly. And if you keep doing that with someone that is raising the bar, you're just going to get better and better.
Well, so yeah, this was a lot of fun. I'm glad we were able to sit down. Yeah, you guys could probably hear it in the background of the recording. The show at Tommy's has started. So
yes.
We're going to wrap this up. Man, it was good talking to you.
It was great. Thank you for letting me come and hang out with you, man.
So that was Kabir Singh, guys. Yeah, that was fun. That was great. Talking to Kabir is always amazing. It's the amount of energy he just puts into normal conversation is tremendous. And then you throw into the mix guys like Ellis Rodriguez and Jeff Koenig. It's amazing that I was able to get a word in at all. Kabir's hilarious though. He's so funny. So's Ellis. So's Jeff. It's interesting because like we're like so many different. We're all each one of us is a different spot in our career, so it's very interesting like having the four of us talk together like that. Kabir, you go check him out. I'm sure you can do on demand for Stand Up Revolution. Check out his episode; it's hilarious. Also, check out his amazing album, Welcome to the Future. Great comedy CD. It's hilarious. He's hilarious. Check him out. He will be at Cobb's in San Francisco on the 17th of December. Go check out that show. It's going to be great. Cobb's is a great comedy club, and Kabisi is a regular there. You guys will love it. It'll be a great home show for him in the Bay Area. Please check that out. I have got a bunch of dates still coming up in Nevada and California for the next 2 months. So please go online, gregasdoreen.com. Check out my upcoming dates. Biggest one, Reno, Nevada. 12/12, The Knitting Factory, December 12th, 8 o'clock doors, 8:30 show. Be there. Tickets are dirt cheap. I think it's barely $10 to get into that show. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be a great show. I'm headlining it. My boy Brian Moore, he's on the road with me. He's doing that show too. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have so much fun. It's going to be an amazing, amazing night. Please come out. And fuck it, like I said last time, it's SantaCon that weekend. Come out to my show on Friday night in Reno. Saturday night, get drunk in a Santa hat. It's great. It's a win-win. Go do it. Enjoy yourselves. Go forth and be merry. And start being merry at my show. I also want to give a shout-out, as always, to Rob Dillinger, musician, composer extraordinaire who does the music for the show. He's awesome. He's amazing. Find him at robdillinger.com or at Rob Dillinger on the Twitters. Same way you could find me at Greg Asdorian on the Twitters, or Kabisi, as I like to call him. We all used to call him that when we started out. Kabir Singh. You can find him at Kabisi on Twitter and Facebook and all that craziness. Yeah. Please drop us a line on Facebook or on the website, gregasdorian.com. There's a little tag on there for the NQF Pod. You can email us through there or tweet at us at NQF Pod. Or facebook.com/NQF Pod. Message us on there. If you're wondering how you can help spread the word about the show, easy. Do 2 and 2. Tell 2 people about the show and get 2 people to listen to it with you. That would be awesome. Don't have to spend any money. We're not one of those shows that's going to ask for donations from listeners, although if you want to, that's fucking awesome. I'm not going to stop you. But we're not asking for it. Just share the show with people. Go on iTunes. Give us a review. That would be amazing. Helps us out a lot. So far, our most popular episode is the one featuring my good friend Carly Ozard. That one is our most popular episode so far. which she rightfully deserves. Amazing performer. But please go on iTunes, Facebook, Twitter. Spread the word. That's all I ask you to do. Just throw out a link, throw out a tweet saying thanks, let people know what's out there, how the show is going, and please send us as many reviews on iTunes as you can. Those help so much more than you realize they do. So that was the show for this week. Kabir Singh, Ellis Rodriguez, Jeff Koenig, and I'm Greg Asdorian. Please check us all out. Come see us all on stage. We're all funny, magical, wonderful people. You guys know that about me. Now you know that about Kabir, and I assure you you'll learn that about Ellis and Jeff if you go see them on stage. Knitting Factory, Concert Hall, Reno, December 12th. Be there. I hope you guys all had a happy Thanksgiving. It's raining now. Thank God it's raining. We finally need this rain in California. I can hear the rain behind me. I doubt you guys can. But trust me, it's raining. I feel like a real tortured artist right now. I'm sitting here in the evening. There's rain hitting the window. I'm talking, bearing my soul. It feels very deep. Not quite famous.